Disney owns more than you think. Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, National Geographic, Hulu, Fox, even ESPN. But here's the real question: how did one company take control of half of Hollywood, legally? The answer lies in a single contract clause, a line of legal text that helped Disney build an entertainment empire without setting off alarms. This is the story of that secret clause, and how it changed Hollywood forever. Section 1: Disney's Real Business Strategy. Most people think Disney is all about cartoons, theme parks, and fairy tales. But behind the scenes, Disney is a corporate giant with a very real business plan. The goal isn't just to make great stories. It's to own the stories people can't stop watching. So how do you do that? You don't just buy content, you buy the company that owns the content. And then, you make sure the contracts give you maximum control. Section 2: The Marvel move that started it all. Let's rewind to 2009. Disney buys Marvel for $4 billion. Now, Marvel had a complicated history. Before the Disney deal, they had sold off movie rights to survive. Spider-Man was with Sony. X-Men and Deadpool were with Fox. Hulk, Universal. So when Disney bought Marvel, they didn't get everything right away. But here's where it gets smart. The contracts Disney signed had a clause that said, if the rights weren't being used, Disney could get them back. This clause gave Disney a legal path to reclaim characters, as long as they were patient and strategic. That's why over time, you've seen Spider-Man come into the MCU via Sony deal. X-Men and Deadpool return after Fox acquisition. Hulk slowly appear more, shared rights. Disney used contracts to rebuild Marvel's universe piece by piece. Section 3: The Fox merger, a power move with a clause. In 2019, Disney made another huge move. It bought 21st Century Fox for $71 billion. This gave them the rest of Marvel's film rights. Hulu, National Geographic, The Simpsons, and a massive international distribution network. But here's the twist: the deal included a non-compete clause. This clause blocked Fox from starting another studio that could compete with Disney. Even better, it also included talent retention clauses, locking in key producers and rights. That's not just a purchase. That's a power lock on the competition. And just like that, Disney gained access to decades of franchises, content libraries, and IP. Section 4: The Disney Plus Contract Control Strategy. Now let's talk streaming. Disney didn't just launch Disney Plus with fun content. They locked down licensing contracts like a fortress. Any content created by Disney-owned brands had strict rules: where it could be shown, how long it could be licensed out, and when it had to return home to Disney Plus. This helped Disney slowly pull back content from Netflix, Hulu, and other platforms, forcing viewers to subscribe to Disney Plus if they wanted Marvel, Star Wars, or Pixar. All of this was written in the contract clauses from years before. Section 5: How Disney Avoided a Monopoly Lawsuit. Now here's the really smart part. With all this power, why didn't regulators stop them? Because Disney played by the legal rules. The secret clause in many of their deals included content oversight and market preservation clauses, fancy legal terms that made it look like they were preserving competition, even while swallowing competitors. They'd keep certain properties at arm's length. They'd let some content remain non-exclusive for a while. It was all about timing and control. And it worked. By the time people noticed, Disney already owned 40% of the US box office. Section 6: What we learn from this clause. So what's the takeaway? Disney didn't conquer Hollywood by magic. They did it with contracts. Smart legal language. Ownership rights. Non-compete deals. And a long-term plan to own the stories we all consume. They weren't just creative. They were strategic. And that's how one company used a single clause to control an entire industry legally, quietly, and permanently. If you found this wild, smash that like button. And subscribe to Best Coast Finance for more stories about billion-dollar deals, secret contracts, and the real business behind movies, music, and money. Because the biggest empires aren't built with magic. They're built with paperwork.